If you have had the misfortune to have the black screen of death come up on your computer and you're wondering how to fix it, there are a number of things you can try to see if you can diagnose the problem. One of the first ones is to check your graphics system, so you can do a graphics reset, the keyboard shortcuts, so the Windows key plus P or CTR Control plus Alt plus Delete. That's one of the methods you can check for the graphics card. There's two ways, Windows logo key, Control plus Shift and V is the other one. If that doesn't work, then you can do a hard reset, which is holding down the power button for 10 to 15 seconds to reboot the computer. Now generally if the computer is firing up but there's no display, it could also be a faulty display. So if you've got a spare one, you could plug it in, or if you've got a spare computer, plug that in and see if you get a display. Either way will do the same thing. But if it's still not showing a display, then probably the main thing is a hardware problem. So you'd have to check the connections. And by checking connections, we mean checking the CPU, the motherboard, the RAM, power supply and graphics cards are properly connected. Now you can try resetting them by taking off the cover of the computer and having a look inside. Now some of them are quite easy to see. As soon as you take off the casing, you can have a look inside and you'll have an idea of whether they've come loose or not. Some of them are quite small and compact and you can't necessarily see it until you take out some of the other bits. Now on this particular video we're going to be doing it on an Optiplex, which is this one here. There are a number of different ones. There's a compact version, which is the cheaper one there. It's retailing at £68. So these are renewed. So you can just take the casing off. Now it's fairly easy to do. If you can see this little handle here, you just pop that open and you'll be able to peer inside and have a look, have a cursory look. Now we're going to be, on this particular video, we'll be doing the Optiplex 7 or 7010 or 7010, 7010. They're all pretty much the same. That's the one, that's a 720, but we'll be doing the 710 version. It's a compact one, but we can take off the case and have a look inside. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pop over onto the PC now and put it up on the workbench, open it all up and have a look inside. Right, we've got the computer up on the bench here. We've unplugged it all. And as I can see, it's quite a slimline one. This is the Optiplex 7010. But like I said, there are two sizes to this. One of them's a lot longer. This is the compact version, so it fits into, it fits under your bench. This one goes under here. Slots in there. But we get it on here. You've got this little handle. Just lift that up. And that just slides out. So we got it up on the deck. You can see the inside of it. Like, it is very compact. And we've got two little slots in there, as you can see. But there's nothing in those. Now I think they are for an additional graphics card. So like an NVIDIA dedicated graphics card would fit in there. Now I do have another video of me fitting one of these. That will be linked up there, linked down below. But in this case, the actual card we're looking for is underneath the hard drive. Now on the bigger one, you can see this without having to go anywhere near this. But on this particular one, we're going to have to take it off. It's quite easy to do. It's quite sort of push buttons on it, so you can take it all out. So if we just press on that, that should slide out. Careful not to do any damage to it. And then we've got the hard drive here. And there's a little blue clip in here, which we can pull. There's also two little blue slots either side. So you need to get your hand in there and clip them out. Now it's a bit tricky. Sometimes you might need a screwdriver to do it, or a pair of scissors. I think this little screwdriver would do. There you go, that slid that out. You can get that little blue clip in there. So you just be careful when you're taking it out. There we go, we'll put it to the side. Now if you look inside, you can see the two graphics cards. Now straight away, I can see one of those has come loose slightly. So if we look inside there, you can see this graphics card. The two little slots and the clips were not pushed down right in, so this has come slightly loose. So it's in there, but it's not in properly. So if you push down with your thumb, that will lock that in place. So what you want to do is just undo them, both sides, and they can be taken out, these cards, as you can see. There's a little slot there where my finger is. That's what slides into that slot, and then when you press those two connectors, that will lock that in place. Now that one was loose, so we know that it wasn't sitting in there correct. So we'll put it in again. When you press them down with your thumb, they should lock in, but you can just double check it either side. So you push it down with your thumb. If you look at the end there, this piece here, it should just lock in. And on the other side, now you do have an additional couple of slots here to add additional RAM memory in there on graphics. One of them is a graphics card and one of them is the memory. So you can put extra ones in there if you needed to, but give it a little boost or so. They're quite cheap, you can buy them on Amazon. We'll have a look at some of those later. But that's it, we've got those in now. Just double check those connections right in. The same on this side. It pushes them home and then they won't come loose. That's held in there. Once you've got them all back in again, all we've got to do is do the reverse engineering, putting it back together again. It does look a bit complicated when you first look at it, but it just lines up pretty easy really. Those little slots there, that's it. That should just push down in there. Just push that hard drive in, you can hear those clips clip into place. And then the same here, that'll just slide in. If you've never done it before, it does look a bit complicated and you think, oh no, I don't know how to do that. But once you've done it once, just slide that in like that with your finger and thumb, and these slots all line up, and that just holds that in place. And it's only that little blue clip which you pull out that slides it out. Now, as I say, on the bigger one, you don't have to do this because you'll be able to see the cards there, so you can just double check them. If there's two here as well, you can check. So you've got two in there, two spare ones there, and these are for the dedicated graphics cards if you want to add an additional one to speed up the PC. If you're into gaming and such like, that's what you'd put in there. Now, like I say, I do have another video. I'll be putting in one of those. I shall show you that. But that's pretty much it. So all we've got left to do now. It's a bit dark in there. I'm struggling to see it again. That's it. So we're just going to put our power back in. That just tucks in there like that. That's all that's left to do is to fire it up. So we've turned it on and the screen is firing up. As you can see, the Windows logo is what we want to see. So it's just firing up. I'm going to do some configuration. Okay, so as you can see, the computer's fired up. All we need to do is sort of log on, and we're good to go. Now, obviously, not necessarily the case is where you just have to check the graphics cards to see if they go in. They could be damaged and faulty as well. In that case, you would have to buy a new one. But they're quite cheap to buy. You can pop onto Amazon. We'll have a quick look at them now. So as you can see, I've just put in an Optiplex RAM only memory, and it's brought up all these results. $17.99. These are 16 gigabyte ones. There's various sizes, so you could just take out the one inside your PC. Just look at the text on it. These are DDR3L. If you did need to replace them, they're pretty standard size. They can only go in one way. You've got these little slots here for them to go in. £20. So it's not too expensive. Not going to break the bank, and that'll probably be an easier fix than just trying to repair one or use a reconditioned one. they're cheap enough to buy nowadays, and there's about 4 slots in there, so you can get probably I think they come in 4 gigabytes, so you could get or 8 gigabytes. You might get 2 there. I'm not sure if that's 2 in that one there. We'll have a quick look. Yeah, 2 times 8 gigabytes. So you put those in each slot. I think there's about 4 slots, so you could probably get up to 16 gigabytes, which is pretty much enough to do most tasks, even sort of basic video editing or gaming. That should be enough. If it's not enough, then you can also get a dedicated graphics card. There's an NVIDIA one, which we'll quickly have a look at. I think it's 1030. Just look at the price of these. That's it there. The GeForce GT 1030, £60. I think it's actually come down in price. And that's it there. No, that's a slimline one. You want, yeah, low profile. That's what they call it. That's the one there. So it's £90. Asus GeForce slimline one. Now I say a slimline one because they don't always go into these Optiplex PCs. If they're a slimline PC, it won't go in a standard sort of standard one. So you need to go for these slimline ones, which is what I put in mine. So if you'd like to see me fit that, there's another link to another video up there, and I'll see you over there. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. If there's any other sort of basic PC tech you'd like to see, I'm no expert by any means, but these are just things that I've managed to do myself, and pretty much anyone with basic sort of skills can do it. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.